Should the New York Knicks bring back Carmelo Anthony?
Clock down to 7. Barrett outside the switch. Doncic goes, oh, what a great step! And then he hammers it home. Broke his ankles. And he pounds it.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are doing well. And reports are actually surfacing out there on the internet, and it's actually by Mark Berman, as he was the original source here, as Mark Berman, beat reporter, beat writer of the New York Knicks, went on to say the Knicks have had internal conversations about Carmelo Anthony. And I'm going to keep it completely real with you guys. Mark Berman, I trust some things he says, sometimes I don't, because a lot of his things are clickbait. And I'm going to say this right now, as long as we have Leon Rose as the president of basketball operations, we're going to get these rumors, we're going to get these reports every single off season, because Leon Rose, CAA, he just has so many clients that are NBA players, former NBA players. He knows Chris Paul well, he knows LeBron well, he knows Carmelo Anthony well. So he has these connections here. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is false information, but who knows with the New York Knicks, there's so many false reports out there that so many people are trying to get clicks, but a lot of Knicks fans are excited. Let's bring back Carmelo Anthony. And I wouldn't bring back Carmelo Anthony. It's not because he's a scrub. I don't think he's a scrub. I personally don't. I do think he was blackballed by the NBA, and they really handled that bad. I was surprised no team wanted him at all. I guess there were some maturity issues. How much does he really want to win? Is he a great teammate? But he has matured in that aspect when it comes to being a basketball player, just accepting a role. Because remember the whole thing in Oklahoma City Thunder, me coming off the bench, and obviously he's accepted a brand new role when he went to other organizations like the Portland Trail Blazers, the Los Angeles Lakers. And he's still going to have moments that he's a ball stopper and he goes into isolation situations for mismatches, but he's really changed his role into more of a spot-up three-point shooter with the Los Angeles Lakers, because we know he's a mid-range assassin. He's very versatile scoring the basketball. He actually shot it pretty well. I believe he averaged 13 points per game for the Lakers this past season and shot 38% from three, which is pretty good. But you take a look at Carmelo Anthony, he's 38 years of age. We already know he's not known as a top defensive player at all. And him getting older, his knees just wearing down, he's gonna be another step slower on the defense side of the basketball. We already know he's not the athlete he was in his Denver days. And there was times I'm like, damn, Carmelo should be more athletic than this, but sometimes we're like, damn, he should be in better shape. But he's doing a good job taking care of his body. Obviously, he's 38 years of age, but he doesn't have that athleticism he used to have. He doesn't have that burst he used to have, but he still has that physicality to his game. But would it make sense to bring back Carmelo Anthony? No. Maybe it would be cool. He could teach isolation moves to like RJ Barrett, but RJ Barrett already works out with Drew Hamlin. He already works out with Tatum, Bradley Beal. Like, he still has guys he could learn from. And Carmelo Anthony is not really that veteran you bring in. I feel like you only bring in an older veteran if they've won an NBA championship or they're known as true leaders to really teach the young guys. And Carmelo Anthony, I do think, is a good human being, and I think he's really progressed as a teammate, and he's not as selfish as he was in some stints with the New York Knicks. And I respect Carmelo Anthony. He's one of the best scorers to ever play the game, but he wasn't that guy that was ever going to win an NBA championship as a top option. One of the best isolation scorers. He hit big-time shots for the New York Knicks. I respect what he did in Denver. I love that he didn't give up after like when he was blackballed. Went to the Oklahoma City Thunder. We traded him. We ended up getting Enes Kanter, Doug McDermott, second-round pick. He ended up going to the Houston Rockets. That didn't work out. Yeah, eventually got an opportunity with the Portland Trail Blazers, the Lakers. Like, he's been on so many teams lately, it's insane. But he could still ball at the end of the day, but he's not like a leader to the point that it's like, yeah, we have to have him on the team. Is he like a Udonis Haslem type of culture guy, you know? And obviously Carmelo Anthony would be playing. Udonis Haslem doesn't play. And on top of that, we already know Tom Thibodeau really values veterans and older players. So when are the New York Knicks finally going to build this right and actually progress or develop the young guys? So Carmelo Anthony would take minutes away from young guys. I guarantee it. Tom Thibodeau loves playing his veterans. Carmelo Anthony would take minutes away from these younger players. And if we're going to sign Carmelo Anthony, if I would do it, it would be on like a 1-year contract. Like, why would we have him here more than 1 year? Again, it would be a cool story, I guess, but would it make sense for our basketball team moving forward? Or like, it's just like, why? It's kind of one of those situations like, yeah, it's cool and all, makes headlines, him in a Knicks jersey again, all that. When he scores his first points back at the Garden as a New York Knick, yeah, it'd be awesome and all that. And I understand he somewhat sacrificed a role, but we got to develop these young guys. It just personally wouldn't really make sense. And I respect for Melo. I would like Melo to retire as a Knick, but like if Melo's ever a Knick again, I want it for him to be like on a 1-day contract. And when he retires as a Knick, like Amar Stoudemire did with the New York Knicks, even though that kind of surprised me. I thought he was going to retire as a Phoenix Sun, but Melo can still ball. But he's 38 years old. At some point, his body is going to break down. But yeah, personally, it just wouldn't really make sense. Like, I know he's still capable of shot creating, but like in late game situations, if Melo's out there, is he going to look to take the last shot and he takes away shots from RJ? I'm not saying he will, but there's still kind of that scare because there's moments that I'm like, does Melo still think he's that guy? I think he's finally accepted that he's not one of the top players in the league anymore or anything like that, because we know he's been known as having this huge ego, but there's kind of that scare maybe for some Knicks fans. If he comes back to New York, the bright lights, he might want to try to be that guy again. But obviously he's not. He's 38 years old. He sacrificed a role. The Lakers saw it. The Trailblazers saw it. Like, he had to sacrifice a role over there. So I'm giving him credit there. But 1-year contract, I wouldn't be mad, but just like, it's one of those, just why? Just why situations. Let me know down below your thoughts. Peace out, y'all.